Today is finally the day. We have got some beautiful weather. It's early afternoon, not a bunch of traffic. I'm gonna have Mallory follow me around just to make sure everything's a-okay. You know, just I want to have somebody with me. We're gonna drive this thing around the block. I have filled it up with fuel. Unfortunately, right now this thing only has a 5-gallon fuel cell in it. It's not very large, so we're not gonna go crazy. You know, I don't know how much fuel it uses just yet. I can tell you I've already used 5 gallons just getting it started, getting it running, you know, doing trans brake testing, all that kind of stuff. It's got a fresh 5 gallons in it. We put the hot shots. They gave me some LX4, which is a lubricity additive. E85 is not as dry as methanol, but it's still drier than regular gas. So it's one of those things, just lubricate the fuel system, be safe with it. I'm gonna do some logs and send them off to Derek. You guys know him, slower than you. Shout out to him, he's my man, helping me with all this stuff right now, so I really appreciate it. And go give him a follow, go check him out. He's a cool dude. He's always working on some crazy ass projects too. Not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous. I've never driven this thing more than on and off the trailer, so we're gonna take it down the road, keep an eye on it. I want to make sure everything's working right, everything's, you know, going well. We're probably gonna go through a couple of the gears. Not gonna wail on it just yet because we don't know how good at all the fueling is and stuff in the different RPM ranges, under load, driving down the street, that kind of stuff. Oh man, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm nervous. It's just, you got to understand, this car, this thing right here is more than I've ever had. It is probably the most expensive I've ever had. It's the most expensive thing I've ever purchased at once. You know, the Nova probably ends up with the same amount of money in it if you count over the years and everything else. But there's been a lot of work to just get it to this point, and a lot of little figuring things out and little struggles and that kind of stuff. We've got fresh plugs in it, fresh gas, oil's good, trans fluid is good. We're going to check that also because, you know, I've had it up to temp and checked it. I hate those low car dipsticks. They are a pain to fill. I got to go get the funnel piece and everything. But let's not waste any more time. Let's go drive this thing. Big tire and all. Let's go take it down the street, see what it feels like. All right, I guess here goes nothing. got a cooling issue already. Great. Right down the street from the house. Usually helps when your water pump wire doesn't come disconnected. Alright, so not a bad first ride. Got it a little hot. You'll have that. All it was is just the water pump wire got a little hung up. So we're going to data log this. Oh, well, we did data log it. I'm going to send the logs off and we're going to go from there. Sound good? Good. Also, it's really hot. It pulls to the left. The right rear is squeaking. Let's hope they're simple fixes. All right, here we go. Round 2. We're gonna try driving this thing again. I reset all the tire pressure. I took a look at everything. I fixed up the little wiring on the fuel pump that causes an issue. Right now, the car is saying it wants a lot of fuel to the point where it's almost starting to get unrealistic. Like there might be another issue going on. So we're kind of at that wait, let's see. We're gonna try one more ride and we're gonna take a look at it and then see if the fueling is better or if it keeps telling us it wants just so much fuel. We're gonna have to start looking for an issue. So hopefully this one goes a little bit better. And yeah, let's get to it, I guess. It's too much fuel, I think, what's happening here. So what's happening is it can't pull enough fuel away because the closed loop compensation limit is set at a certain point. So let's change that and try again. Screw it, we're trying again. We haven't fixed the fueling, but we're gonna see how it does through the rest of it. We'll see if I can just keep my foot on it, keep it going. Shouldn't be a super big deal. Oh man, oh man, oh man, not again. All right, so I've been back and forth with Derek a little bit, and he even just remote logged in to the computer and tried to do some stuff. We're having some weird issues, and what I mean by that is, well, number one, part throttle, cruising around, that kind of stuff is just all over the place, like super not happy, and we're not sure why. We're starting to believe that we might not be getting proper reading from the O2 sensor. Now that could be for a number of reasons. Number one, it could be too close to the exhaust, to the end of the exhaust is kind of my theory. We might end up moving the O2 sensor and trying that. But while we were talking about that, I did also kind of lay into it a little bit going down the street here, and it made 15 pounds like that, like in 2 seconds or something, like just from rolling into the throttle. We got up to 15 pounds pretty quick. So we're gonna turn that down a little bit, so I can't make 15 pounds that quickly, or just on the street right now like this. We are gonna test it again though, because the one thing that we found is that all of the you know, all of the stabs and rolling into the throttle and all that kind of stuff, that stuff is really looking pretty good. It's just this part throttle cruising stuff that is just not looking right whatsoever. And it's not the end of the world, because we're not gonna drive it around. Like, I'm not taking this thing to go get ice cream. We're racing it. But you know, we want it to be right, and Derek, obviously, you know, he's doing a lot of tuning and stuff on this. He wants it to be right. He doesn't want it to run like crap everywhere I go and, you know, look like a fool. So we're talking about that, and then we started noticing that we've been emailing these files back and forth, and there's things about the files that are changing. I can show you here right now, like the axes on my table here for my boost, they've disappeared. Where did they go? Not really sure why that happened. And we've been noticing some things, like he remoted in, he himself remoted in, made some changes, then I emailed him the file, and what he got was different than what he just did. So we're wondering if there's some kind of weird issue with the computer here, where we're corrupting the files and we're not, something's not working. It's not working like it's supposed to. So we got to get that figured out. But man, this thing, we now know, is capable of lighting those turbos up. Them tiny turbos light up so fast, and I'm telling you, we went from rolling into the throttle to 15 pounds of boost like that. Fueling in that area looked great. Maybe little minor adjustments. We're not 110% dead on, but it was very, very good. We weren't, you know, crazy trying to close loop compensate or anything. They were actually really, really very close. But right now we're struggling with trying to figure out if maybe it's a computer issue. We're having, you know, we're having some issues with these files going back and forth, and we're starting to wonder, maybe I need to swap out to a different laptop. Maybe we're not sure yet. We're gonna try some things, because right now what we're about to try, or what we want to try, is 2 different files. And essentially one file is going to be give the car all the fuel that it asks for. It's asking for a lot of fuel at this part throttle, just cruising, you know area. You know, when I just 5% throttle, 10% throttle, just cruising down the road, it's asking for an absorbent amount of fuel, which doesn't make a lot of sense. But we're going to try 2 things. We're going to try, number one, giving it that fuel. See, you know what I mean? It probably doesn't need it. We're gonna find out. We're gonna see what it looks like. And if it works, if it's happy, we just got, I don't know. That's just what is making the setup happy. This motor, this combination, everything is what's making it happy. If it doesn't work, we're also going to try a different file. So he's essentially building me 2 files right now. One that is give it what it wants, give it what it's asking for, and then the other one is disregard what it's asking for, part throttle, because it's wrong, and maybe we got to move the O2 sensor or something, because it's just not right, and we'll go from there. So that's what we're going to try, hopefully, to attempt to do, and we're also going to try to figure out these computer issues. But man, does this thing feel good on 15 pounds, dog. Like, it made 15 and I let, like, as I was letting out, so we were up to like 12 and I was feeling it, and just the front end lifted, and it, oh man, it's a little wild because this thing is like a tin can, so it's very hard. I'm hearing a ton of noises. You know, I fixed some stuff up, tire pressure, whatever. It's not driving left anymore. That's good news. I'm screwing up putting the steering wheel on straight. We're gonna have to figure that out, just get that you know, sorted out, just because of the position of the buttons. If you guys can see that, there's a lot of little things, but first drives are going incredible. You know, we had a little hang up at first, little issue, knocked it out. I think we might still have a little bit of a trans leak, not the one that I fixed. I think the output seal on the trans is leaking a little bit. That's something we're gonna have to keep an eye on, see if maybe we can get that swapped out. But everything else, other than this part throttle cruising stuff, which just seems to be making no sense at all, we're gonna try it. We'll give it to it. Well, you know, that's what it says it wants, so well, we'll see. That might be the answer, it might not. I'm gonna find that out here, hopefully here shortly. And I'm feeling good because now that I've driven it around a little bit, we're not taking it on the street testing. Like, this thing is definitely a different animal. It's gonna take some getting used to, but we've got the track rental coming up Tuesday that I'm really looking forward to, and that's gonna be the time where I can start, you know, laying into this thing and really getting used to it and that kind of stuff. But I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good, guys. So let's see if we can't get these files from Derek. We're gonna go ahead and make some changes. We're gonna do some more logging. We're gonna do some more driving around and see where we end up from there. It is that time once again. So right now what we're about to do is what we had talked about with the fueling. Right now this calibration is giving it all the fueling it allegedly wants. We're gonna see how that goes. Derek told me this would either be good or it would be really bad. He's like, you're gonna know. He's like, if it's wrong, it's gonna be really wrong. So we're about to find out. I'm gonna wait for, all right, Mallory's all set up, so we're gonna go ahead and start the log. What the noises are. There's so many noises. temp 147, manifold temperature 109. I posted a picture earlier online, and my buddy Robert from Bad Luck Garage said, man, the temperature sounds kind of off. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I just barely laid into it, but we'll take a look at it. I'm probably gonna swap the air temp sensor out, and just to make sure, I'm gonna get back up with Derek, because according to the air fuel, it liked that fuel at part throttle. There is still on this passenger side header, whatever he spilled on here is like soaked in, and I've been trying to burn it off forever and it will not come off. So yeah, we're gonna figure that out. I mean, I don't know, I'm gonna just keep riding it till it burns off, but feeling good, looking good. I don't think we made a ton of boost. Let me see. Yeah, it's just the oil, or I'm assuming he spilled oil on that header. Data logs, let's see. How much boost did we make? We only made 4 pounds. Derek, you bastard, you left it on gate. It's not fun. Boost raw out percentage, yeah, 5%, yeah, that's gate. So we made 4 pounds on gate. Jerk. I'm gonna text him right now, be like, why you leave me on gate pressure, dog? Screwed up. All right, let's see if we can fix some of these issues, because we're getting close, man. We're getting close. The thing's riding around. It's making a lot of noises. I don't know how much of that you guys can pick up in the video, but it makes a lot of noise, and I can't tell if it's just because it's a tin can and we can hear absolutely every bit of the road. You know, pulling on it, it didn't seem too bad. The only thing that seemed a little bad is when I got kind of higher into speeds in the pull, the steering wheel did shake a little bit. Some of that might be the road too, because I'm just back country roads with horrible dips in them, ruts in them from the Amish and all that. So I don't know, I think that's going to be it for today's video, because I think I've fulfilled my obligation of the video duty. I've showed you guys enough. We've been having a good time, but I got to get up with Derek and figure out what some of these small issues are. Some of them might be self-inflicted. You know, we might be low on fuel. It's only a 5-gallon fuel cell back there, so maybe that was it. Like you guys heard, it had that dead spot in the RPM, but it didn't look like fuel pressure was dropping off. So I don't know. I got to look at the logs. We'll figure it out. Wait a minute. Stop yourself right there. Remember when I was saying I wasn't sure what was going on? Figured it out, and I didn't want to leave you guys hanging in this video, so I'll tell you what it was. We hit a safety cut. Derek, my man, has been awesome in this tuning process and has set up a bunch of safeties where if certain things happen, i.e. fuel pressure, oil pressure, you know, temperatures, well, whatever the case may be, there's a whole bunch of safety cuts he's got set up that if something isn't right, it's not going to allow me to drive it, as you guys have saw. So we hit a safety cut, and I think what we hit a safety cut for, I figured out, was just oil pressure. Honestly, I think we just had it set a little too, we were expecting a little too much oil pressure at a little too low of an RPM. Not a big deal. It's just, obviously we're driving it around, the oil heated up, it thinned out a little bit, we're down a little bit of pressure. We'll make it happen, and we'll be pretty hot rocking and rolling for Track Rental Tuesday. I feel good about it. You know, things are working. You know, he just tested controlling the boost. That worked. Dirty bastard left me on gate, but you know, I guess we can't have too much fun. So I'll see what he wants to do from here, but this is going to be it for today's video, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you always so much for tuning in, for supporting, for encouraging. I read all the comments. You know, I go live just to talk and kick it with you guys, because I think it's super important. You guys are the reason I'm here. You know, all the subscribers, everybody. And I really appreciate it. I want you guys to know, I feel like maybe I don't always express that, but I do really, honestly, truly in my heart, appreciate you guys. And you know, I think that you just gotta say that every once in a while. You know, it's good to hear. So next time, I'm not sure what we're gonna be doing. I know we gotta logo this thing up. I'm not sure what we're doing about the front end. The front end right now, the issue I've got is if I trim the doors to that front end, then if I ever put a different front end on there, the doors are going to be screwed. So I got to figure out what exactly we're going to do there. I'm not 100% sure on that, but for right now, we're just going to rock gangster, no no front end style, and see what happens from there. So